Guys, it's that time. We're gonna watch Love Island Season 8, Episode 11. Let's get to it. And by the way, I did watch After Sun, but I literally just got caught up in it and didn't really record. I even made a video that I was like, are we watching After Sun? Are we recapping After Sun? And I thought it was great. I love being able to see the way that Sean and Bea both reacted when they got their phones back. I loved the conversation between his mom and his sister. The first thing his sister said to him was, I have beef with the mayor. So that was wonderful. I also really love the way that Sean just held himself and carried himself and spoke in general, especially like when it comes to like the things that pertain to the mayor and his old job and that kind of stuff. He handled himself with so much grace, so much class, and I just saw that he just hit 1 million followers on TikTok. I think it was TikTok, but either way on one of his social media pages. So that's really exciting. Yay! But we are back, and it's basically right after the dumping, so everybody's a little mopey. So let's see how it pans out. Everybody is boo-hooing right now, like tears just streaming. Gabe is actually crying to Jen because she asked him, she was like, I'm sorry, I know that I feel guilty, and I know that you actually had a good relationship with, or connection with her. And he's like tearing up talking to her. Oh, Kenzie's talking to the new boy Caleb that America basically paired her up with, and so she's telling him that I do feel like we're a match, but she's never dated a younger guy, so she kind of feels a little hesitant in that sense, but otherwise she feels like they could be a perfect match because she was hoping that Love Island brings someone in that knows the places that she's around, kind of understands like where she comes from, how she talks, that type of thing. So it makes total sense. But I still think that she's going to continue to talk to Corbin. I think so. And now we have moved on to Soul and Sincere talking in Soul Ties, of course. Melanie is sitting on the couch by herself. I'm interested to see how all of this dynamic plays out because they want to be coupled up and they're super comfortable with each other. They definitely have a connection. But I still think he's playing. He's playing in both of these girls' faces, and I think Soul could personally do so much better. It's a shame that Corbin wasn't really interested in her or attracted to her, whatever he said, but I want the best for Soul. I feel like she deserves better. Melanie and Corbin's turn to talk. Corbin told Melanie that she can't crash out if she sees Sincere and Soul holding hands, and she's like, I can't, I won't. It's a very interesting dynamic. They're excited to talk to each other. They're excited to, like, get to know each other. They're playing this, like, oh, it's nice to meet you. Oh, it's nice to meet you. Melanie, right? Corbin? Cute. Dorks. Melanie is saying that it might just be a blessing in disguise that America split her and Sincere up, which, totally, believe me, girl, we did you a favor. However, I don't know if we did Soul a favor necessarily. Soul and Melanie are in the bedroom hugging, though, or in the makeup room or whatever. Melanie straight up asked Soul, when you guys talked earlier today, did you guys kiss? And she said, yeah. So, obviously, that was before the recoupling with America. So, she knows that he's, like, that's it, probably. At least I hope. I hope that's the nail in the coffin for her. Melanie's actually sleeping in Soul Ties. I'm surprised she didn't just go to the Hideaway. I mean, honestly, if Melanie likes to camp, sleeping outside is probably beautiful because waking up to that view, ooh, in Fiji, wow. Melanie was like, he's literally telling me one thing and going in and doing the exact opposite. She's like, he's everything but his name. He is not sincere. So Kata and Zach were basically in bed trying to kind of like get it in a little bit, I guess, if you will. And Zach kind of stops her and is like, you know, well, if we go too far right now and do too much, what if someone comes in down the line and, you know, we're with somebody else and then I've fucked up? So you're more caring about the appearance rather than the connection that you're building and wondering if somebody else is going to come in? That's what the focus is? I'm confused. And so she's also confused and came back and told the girls. She's like, what? Melanie told Ainaya that she is glad that she's like done with it because she's sick of it. She said, he could tell me that the sky is blue and I would come to you and be like, is the sky blue? Not that she can make a decision for herself or that she should be consoling anybody else, but she said that she's happy for a refresh and she's ready to talk to Corbin. So hopefully that works. Soul told Casey that she wanted to talk to him when she first came in, but Gabe closed off. And he goes, it would take a lot. And she goes, well, that to me just gives closed off, so what's the point? Ooh! Corbin and Kenzie are talking, and they're telling each other that they still really like each other. And now they're moving up to Soul Ties to go kiss, kiss, kiss. Oh, yep. There they are. We're now at the challenge portion of this, and it is a wild challenge. It's a soccer FIFA World Cup, of course, is going on, and so it's soccer inspired, and they have to basically move the ball from their feet up to their head, put it in a container, wipe off all the slime that they're in, and then make out, essentially, in a shower. So, typical Love Island challenge. Super goofy, super sexy, super slimy and gross. Oh, Gabe went in for that kiss in the shower. I know that Bea is going to be watching on the outside. She said she probably wouldn't be, but I don't think she's going to be able to help herself because she really likes him. They're literally... She said glizzy gobbling queen here. They're literally gobbling glizzies. Like deep-throating hot dogs on Love Island right now. Okay, the challenge just ended, and of course they're in like an athletic little thing. Caleb went in for a hug to Kinsey, and Kinsey went in for a chest bump. So I really do think that she is actually feeling Corbin more than she is Caleb. She's having a hard time with the multiple connections. So I think she does like what she's building with Corbin, because she said multiple times now that Corbin makes her feel really secure, and they snuck away and kissed. So I feel like Zach's always trying to start shit. Like, for whatever reason, with Bryce, he's trying to break them up with Trinity. With Anaya and KC, he poured the slime on Casey's head, saying that he's been the most untruthful, or whatever the question was, but basically saying that he didn't explore his connection. He's playing it safe or something like that because he had interest in Casey, and now Anaya is upset. They basically came to a point where they said that they're not limiting each other's experience, and they don't want to limit each other's experience, Casey and Anaya. So they said that they're good. If he wanted to explore it, he would have. He's like, I'm not going to do something or force something that's just not there if I really don't want to do it. She's like, okay, I just don't want to limit you. And he goes, same. And then they kissed, and they're good. I feel like Caleb just tried to test Kinsey a little bit, because he came up to her and was like, I kind of want to set some boundaries, you know, about how, like, we're in a couple now and stuff like that. It kind of threw me seeing you rubbing Corbin's arm. And she was like, okay, well, I'll be more communicative with you about it. But she was basically just brushed over the fact that he's trying to set boundaries. Like, you just coupled up. She has she has a connection with Corbin. She just got ripped away from him. You can't just expect it to be shut off. Ooh, and Gabe and Jen are already making out again. Making out. Anaya is now talking to Zach and Zach and Kata about the challenge and why they chose Zach and why they chose to, you know, pour the slime on him. Simultaneous to Casey going and pulling Soul to talk for a chat. Budget check. They're playing Olivia Rodrigo. Anaya just realized that Casey is talking to Soul, and she looks like she's about to tear up talking to Zach and Kata. Kata got a text. Hideaway's open, and they all chose Kata and Zach to go. And the first thing out of Zach's mouth was, I'm getting laid, after just having that conversation with Kata and her telling him, well, that made me feel like you're just waiting for somebody else to come in. And he was like, no, nobody's gonna turn my head. Same for you. And then boom, they're going into the Hideaway. She's like, we're doing everything